Herr Leipzig. I'm sorry, I was looking for Herr Leipzig. It's rather important.
Not here.
Not here, no money. Nobody has money.
How long since you saw him?
Thursday. 5 days ago.
Thursday.
I've got good news for him. Money. Pinker pinker. All for Otto.
Oh,
My friend says, don't give it to him. Or Otto will come back and move us out, and we have nowhere to make love.
Where can I find him, do you know?
Try the water camp. 2 kilometers along the main road. Over the railway and past the windmill, then right. Yes, right. Keep right until you come to the lake.
What is the place called?
It has no name, it's just a place. Ask for holiday houses to let. And then drive onto the boats. Ask for Walter. If Otto's around, Walter will know where to find him.
Thank you.
Walter knows everything. He's like a professor.
the bad professor. Walter, bad man.
Are you a professor too?
No, unfortunately not.
And Otto's twice like...
What was that?
I said, then Otto is twice lucky for a change.
Why? Why is he twice lucky?
Last week, the unexpected visit from the east. And today, the money? Otto's a Sunday's child for once, that's all.
Visitor? Who was the visitor?
From the east?
Not his brother, was it? Small chap, spectacles like mine.
No. No, big fellow. Was a chauffeur. Rich.
Then I don't know him. Otto's brother was certainly never rich. Unless he was the chauffeur, of course. Are you Walter? I'm looking for Otto Leipzig. They told me at the wharf I might find him here. Isadora. How do I get to him?
If you want him, call him.
Otto? Otto?
Call again. Keep calling if you want him.
Is he in there or not? I said, is he there? Did you see him go aboard?
A wild pig comes and goes. What the hell do I care?
So, when did he come last? I'm looking for Otto Leipzig. Can anyone tell me, please, whether he's around? Is there anybody on board the Isadora?
You should see his car. They took it to the wood.
Who did? Who took it?
Come far?
I'm a friend of his.
Drunk, hmm? Sleeping it off. It was a party. Music, singing. They warned us it would be loud. Maybe they quarrel. So what? Lots of people quarrel. They make some noise, play some music. They're musical people here.
They were police. When police go about their business, it is the duty of the citizen to keep his trap shut.
Show me his car.
Scum, they all are. Look at them. Polacks, criminals, subhumans. I'll do it.
What do you want?
I'm so extremely sensitive to pain.
Oh my God.
Ever since her husband died, she left Paris. And also to forget to live grief. You think I have nothing better to do all day than lie on behalf of my lodgers? She is in Marseille. She went to be with children. You don't think it's natural to want to be with children?
Пошли.
Nice surprise. Here's the family Kretschmar going about his pleasures. What can we do for you, sir?
I have to speak to Herr Kretschmar.
But 𝐂𝐚𝐫𝐽 does no business in daytime.
Kindly tell your husband this is not business. This is friendship.
But how can it be friendship when I don't know your name?
Go look after the cooking.
Otto Leipzig is dead. 2 men killed him at the water camp.
Oh.
He asked you to look after the product of his blackmail operation. The tapes, whatever there is. I assume you also have the letter which you received on his behalf from London.
Who killed him? Max, I ask you as his friend, his comrade, who killed him? I demand to know.
This is what you expected me to have on me last night.
He called it his mascarons. Both he and the general insisted on it. Though it struck me as ridiculous.
You have the other half of the card?
Naturally.
Then make the match and give me the material. I shall use it exactly as Otto would have wished.
You promised this?
Yes.
And the killers? What will you do with them?
Most likely they are already safe across the water. They only had a few kilometers to drive.
Then what good is the material?
The material is an embarrassment to the man who sent the killers.
Will it kill him also?
It will do worse than kill him.
What happens now?
I shall take these to the people for whom he intended them.
I will accompany you, permit me.
Thank you, there's no need.
Max, you are in danger.
I should like a bag of some kind. Can you provide one?
If you need anything, just tell me. Tomorrow, 10 years from now, I have my people. These are violent times.
I should like you to telephone the airport for me. Will you do that?
Of course, naturally, as you wish. Anything.
Well, write it down.
Yeah.
Make a reservation for Mr. G. Standfast on the next available flight to London. Use your influence, say it's urgent.
You're a wanted man. People will look for you.
Yes, they will.
Yes? Who is with you?
I brought you a tisane, madame.
Put it outside the door. Who is with you?
Madam, he's a doctor. Listen to me. Tell her.
No, I am not a doctor. I am a friend of General Vladimir. Trust me, madame. I'm here to help you.
No, let us. Be quiet.
Madame, You're going away for a short holiday. You will have to put yourself in my hands. Now, will you do that? You must be ready to leave in an hour. Madame Lapierre will fetch whatever you want from your apartment. There'll be plenty of time to talk later, alone. Why don't you have a little lie down?
Say, Guillam, shove that thing round the back, will you? Ambassador will go raving mad if he sees a foreign car in the car park. Mad for trade. Doesn't like sports coats too much either, to be frank. Morning.
Morning. Stango. I'm out.
Hello? Yes. One moment, please. It's a Mr. Barraclough for you, sir. Says you'll remember him.
Yes, of course I remember you, Mr. Barraclough.
I'm so glad. Then you probably remember a little removals job we once did together on a friend's house in Helsinki, some few years back. That's right. To help him out. I want you to arrange a repeat performance for me. Yes, here. Now. Can you manage that? Let me give you the address then.
You've gone mad.
You are so very kind, really, monsieur. Felix is completely overcome. No, you are too kind. He never dreamed. Oh, see, madame, is he not beautiful?
Like a Cossack. Better than a Cossack.
Our transport is due any moment. Please stand by.
Where am I going, Pratt?
What a perfectly revolting little car. However will we fit in?
Bloody typical of London not telling me you were out here. I mean, that's just par for the course these days. I usually pick it up from the Queen's Messenger 6 weeks after the event. Not like in your day.
I'm sorry to have to tell you, Peter, I'm working on my own these days.
Bloody hell, George. I must say you put a strain on friendship, you do. You mean I called out the entire emergency service of Paris to assist you in a piece of private enterprise?
Find a phone box, ring your wife. If there's anybody in the house, ask her to get rid of them. I'm sure she's understanding.
George, she's pregnant. Forgive us, madame.
You're abducting me?
Oh, no, madame.
A little disappointed, monsieur.
Oh, the ambassador's going to love this. He really is.
May I know who are my hosts?
Your witness, George.
Your hosts are British diplomats, madame, but their hospitality is necessarily discreet.
I'll say so.
You said you were a friend of General Vladimir. He had an assistant, little man. He came to see me. I called him the magician. What has become of him?
I'm afraid he fell in the same battle as the general, madame. But he did what he set out to do, I promise you.
I hope that at some convenient moment you will allow me time to mourn, monsieur.
I don't want any of this going by diplomatic bag. Is Stango still your clerk these days?
Since you ask.
Get him on a midday plane. Enderby can send somebody to Heathrow to meet him. Where's the writing paper?
Try the desk.
There was a French couple we used to have. She was something in the resistance. Owned a farmhouse up near Arras.
The Delbars.
They're still on the books. Tell them we're bringing them a guest. Use the phone box. You're very piano, Peter.
I'm just feeling my age.
Peter, it's the embassy. Are you here?
No.
Stango is to take this with him as well. It's personal for Saul Enderby. I want a meeting in London tomorrow night at the latest. He can confirm by signal.
Anything else?
Yes, there is. How long since you had the ferrets in?
A month.
Ring a bell.
Deafening.
Find out what's become of him, whether he's still in town. Do it before you do anything else. Get London to do an all-stations trace.
Can I go now?
The sooner the better. Meanwhile, I think I'll take a little doze myself. Mind if I use your sofa? You'll use Marie Claire's car, won't you, Peter? What was it Goethe said? You must dance, but I must sleep. Or was it the other way around? Very pretty, your wife.
How's our other guest?
Also asleep. Who is she?
God knows.
Ambassador's private secretary is looking for you, sir, and so is the head of Chancery.
Just a moment. The present count stands at 7 separate charges submitted by the French police to the Protocol Department of the Foreign Ministry and forwarded to the private office for the ambassador's gracious consideration. They cover pretty well everything in the book, from parking to attempted manslaughter. More particularly, there's a most extraordinary request that they be allowed to interview you in connection with an elaborate hoax played upon the authorities. I don't think we'll even wait for the frogs to declare you persona non grata. I think we'll do it ourselves.
If you want to speak to me, press that and wait. Stango.
Sir?
We're sending you to London today. Book yourself a flight and have the Circus bag room send a courier to Heathrow.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're not ecstatic, then?
Oh, I quite like flying.
There's a file on 𝐂𝐚𝐫𝐿, Oleg 𝐂𝐚𝐫𝐿. It's got a hands-off sticker on it. Take the hands-off off and give it to me. Then get me the recent NATO watch list for the movements of Paris-based Russian hoods.
We're not going to mount an operation, are we?
God forbid, Stango, God forbid. When you've done that, I want to make a signal, personal to Chief. Decipher yourself. Is it your birthday or something?
No.
Well, then get a move on. Brother Saul says to handle you at arm's length. How do I do that?
Oh, you'll find a way.
You used to say when the whistle goes, we stop play. It was your one sporting metaphor, as far as I remember. The rest were beyond me.
What else did Saul say?
He's getting his ducks in a row. He'll phone you tomorrow.
But I asked for a meeting tomorrow.
And Saul says wait. And as a matter of fact, I work for him these days.
J'espère que vous avez bien dormi, madame. Vous prendrez bien encore un peu de café.
Merci, madame.
Whatever you say, sir.
Aimeriez-vous vous reposer après le petit déjeuner?
Et vous, monsieur? Un peu de
Peut-être
café.
lire au
Merci,
salon.
madame.
Personne ne vous dérangera.
Il faudra revenir nous voir au printemps, c'est si
Ouais.
joli ici. Et vous, madame, vous avez un jardin?
Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir. No, he hasn't told me a thing. I assume that he's saving it for you. All right. He won't like it, but I will pass it on, of course. The ducks are not yet in a row. He did, however, use the term rogue elephant.
Of me?
Yes.
Elle ne saute là.
Merci.
Voilà.
I wrote to him. I had no reply. I did not dare approach the police. Who are the police today? We should have a police to catch the police. Maybe they were the police themselves. I did not know. I knew nothing. I thought, should I telephone? But the magician had told me, whatever I do, do not use the telephone. And with the post, who knows today? Maybe the letter had not arrived. Maybe it had been taken and opened by them. I was one woman in a whole world of spies. I was afraid. Afraid of the night, afraid of the day, afraid of fear itself. And all my time in Russia with Ostrakova and with Glickman, I never knew such fear. All I ever wanted was to have back my child. The child I had born and could not see or speak to or write to. The child I had abandoned for the sake of Ostrakova. The child whose memory burned my conscience like, oh, like the sun, whatever burns. You have children, monsieur?
Alas. Excuse me, madame.
The big chief says this evening at 8. I'm to deliver you bound and gagged to the portcullis.
Is there any hope that, after all, maybe after all, they let my Alexandra come to me? No hope? At all? In the whole world?
Not in the whole world. None. You have to live with that.
I had to be certain.
Enderby's also cleared you for the latest word on Alec Guinness.
Which is?
He was recalled to the Soviet Ministry of Foreign Affairs at short notice in order to take up a senior position which had become unexpectedly vacant.
Date?
Like 2 weeks ago. Left Paris with all the usual diplomatic trappings. Hasty farewell parties, flogged his washing machine, the lot.
Yes. Yes, that, of course, is exactly what Karla would do, isn't it? He would call Kirov back on the prospect of promotion just to make sure he really came.
I don't know, George, do I? I don't know what it's about from Alan.
You mean Enderby hasn't cleared you? Ah.
Look, George, what is all this? Karla, woodshed meetings with Enderby, calling out the bloody cavalry in the middle of Paris. I mean, you of all people running a private war, when you should be keeping bees and...
Anne?
And, damn it, looking after Anne. You're an institutional man, George, remember? I mean, you put my first harness on me, remember? Now what are you telling me?
Wake me when we get to Calais, will you?
You know what you said to me once?
Remind me.
Karla isn't fireproof because he's a fanatic. And one day, says you, if I have my way, that lack of moderation will be his downfall. I mean, you really got to me. I practically wrote it on my shaving mirror.
And now?
I just hope it won't be your downfall too, that's all.
In my time, Peter Guillam, I've seen Whitehall skirts go up and come down again. I've listened to all the excellent argument for doing nothing and reaped the consequent frightful harvest. I've watched people hop up and down and call it progress. I've seen good men go to the wall and the idiots get promoted with a dazzling regularity. All I'm left with is me and 30-odd years of Cold War without the option.
So what does that mean in little words?
It means that if a rogue elephant, to use Saul Enderby's happy phrase, charges at me out of the thickets of my past and gives me a second shot at it, I intend to shoot it dead, but with the minimum of force.
Mr. Smiley, sir, and Mr. Guillam.
George. Thank you, Ferguson. You know, his name really is Ferguson.
I never doubted it.
Recognize the old place, Joe? We've had it tarted up a bit since your day, blew the dust out. And you'll remember the beautiful Molly Meakin, I dare say. One of your many talented protégés.
Yes, yes, of course.
Molly's head of research. She replaced Connie Sachs. Our policemen get a little younger every day, don't they? Hello, Guillam. Over here, Strickland.
Mr. Smiley, sir. How are you?
Close the door, will you, Strickland? So,